Today I will pluck grapes of wisdom from Charles from fools wines in the vineyard, for these are planted by the ways of my profession, who have come before me generation upon generation. Today I will savor the taste of grapes from these vines, and verily I will swallow the seed of success. Buried in each, new life will sprout within me. The career I've chosen is laden with opportunity, yet is fraught with heartbreak and despair. And yet, with the bodies of those who have failed, were piled atop one another, we cast a shadow down upon all the inhabitants of the earth. Yet I will not fail, as the others, for in my hands I now hold the chart which guides me through perilous waters to shores which only yesterday seemed but a dream. There no longer will be my payment for struggle, just as nature made no provision for my body to tolerate pain, neither has it made any provision for my life to suffer failure. Feel like pain is alien to my life. In the past, I accepted it as I accepted pain. Now I reject it and I prepared for wisdom and principles which will guide me throughout the shadows and into the sunlight of wealth, position, and happiness, far beyond my most extravagant dreams, until even the golden apples in the garden of disparities will seem no more than my just reward. Time teaches all things to him who lives forever, but I have not the luxury of eternity. Yet within my allotted time, I must practice the art of patience, for nature never acts in haste. To create the olive king of all trees, 100 years is required. An onion plant is old in 9 weeks. I've lived as an onion plant. It has not pleased me. Now I must become the greatest of all trees, and truth, the greatest of salesmen. Time teaches all things to him who lives forever, but I have not the luxury of eternity. Yet within my allotted time, I must practice the art of patience, for nature acts never in haste. To create the olive king of trees, 100 years is required. An onion plant is old in 9 weeks. I've lived as an onion plant. It's not pleased me. Now I've become the greatest of salesmen. And how will this be accomplished? For I have neither the knowledge or experience to achieve greatness in already of some insignificance and fall into pools of self-pity. That is just simple. I will commence my journey unencumbered with either in the weight of unnecessary knowledge or the handicap of meaningless experience. And how will this be accomplished? For I have neither the knowledge or experience to achieve greatness and I stumble in ignorance and fall into pools of self-pity. That is just simple. Nature already supplied me with knowledge and instinct far greater than any beast in the forest, and the value of experience is overrated, usually by old men who would not wisely speak stupidly. Nature already has supplied me with knowledge and instinct far greater than any beast in the forest, and the value of experience is overrated, usually by old men who would not wisely speak stupidly. In truth, experience teaches thoroughly, yet her course of instruction devours many years, so that the value of her lessons diminishes the time necessary to acquire special wisdom. The end finds it wasted on dead men. Furthermore, experience is comparable to fashion. An action that proves successful today will be workable and practical tomorrow. In truth, experience teaches earlier, course strengthens time necessarily requires specialism. It finds ways to them and furthermore experience come out of fashion action improves successful today will be workable tomorrow. One of the principles I endure, for these I now possess, for the laws that would lead me to greatness are contained in the words of the scrolls. What they will teach me is born from failure, identity, success, for the success of living a state of mind. When the principles endure, for these I now possess, for the laws that believe me to greatness are contained in words in these scrolls. Which to among 1,000 wise men will define success in the same words, yet failure is always described in one way. Failure is a man's inability to reach his goals in life, whatever they may be. Which to among 1,000 wise men will define success in the same words, yet failure is also described in one way. Failure is a man's inability to reach his goals in life, whatever they may be. In truth, the only difference between those who will fail and those who will succeed is the difference in the bad habits. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. Thus, the first habit I will obey, which precedeth all others, is I will form good habits and become a slave. I will form good habits and become a slave. The first law I will obey, which precedeth all others, is I will form good habits and become a slave. I will form good habits and become a slave. As a child, I was a slave to my impulses. Now I'm a slave to my habits. As are all grown men, I have surrendered my free will to the years of accumulated habits, and past deeds of my life have been already marked out. Guidance and my future. As a child, I was a slave to my impulses. Now I'm a slave to my habits, as are all grown men. I've surrendered my free will. My actions are ruled by appetite, passion, prejudice, greed, love, fear, environment, habit, and the worst of these terms is habit. Therefore, if I must be a slave to habit, let me be a slave to good habits. My bad habits must be destroyed, and new furrows be prepared for good seed. My bad habits must be destroyed, and new furrows prepared for good seed. If I'm a slave to habit, I must be a slave to good habits. My bad habits must be destroyed and before I was perfect seed. I will form good habits and become their slave. I will form good habits and become their slave. I will accomplish this difficult feat. Through these scrolls, it will be done. For each scroll contains a principle which would drive a bad habit from my life and replace it with one which would bring me closer to success. For as another nature's law is that only a habit can subdue another habit. Only a habit can subdue another habit. So what are these words? For the chosen task, I must for myself, which is as follows. A new habit, which is as follows. We'll read each scroll for 30 days in this prescribed manner before I proceed to the next scroll. This way. First, I will read the words in silence when I rise. Then I will read the words in silence after I partake in my midday meal. Last, I would read the words in silence just before the entire day's end. The most important on this occasion, I will read the words aloud. Most important on this occasion, I will read the words aloud. On the next day, I will repeat this procedure and continue in like manner for 30 days. Then I will turn it to the next scroll and repeat this procedure for the other 30 days. I'll continue in this like manner until I've lived this scroll for 30 days and my reading has become habit. I will continue this manner until I have lived this scroll for 30 days and my reading has become habit. I will continue this manner until I've lived this scroll. 30 days. And what will be accomplished with this habit? Herein lies the hidden secret of all men's accomplishments. As I repeat the words daily, they will soon become a part of my active mind. But more important, they will also seep into my other mind, that mysterious source which never sleeps, which creates my dreams and often makes me act in ways I do not comprehend. Here lies the hidden secret of all man's accomplishments. As I repeat the words daily, they will soon become a part of my active mind. But more important, they will also seep into my other mind, a mysterious source which never sleeps, which creates my dreams and often acts in ways I do not comprehend. As the words of these scrolls are consumed by a mysterious mind, I will begin to awake each morning with a vitality I've never known before. My vigor will increase, my enthusiasm will rise, and my desire to meet the world will overcome every fear once here to rise. And I will be happier than ever believe it possible to be in this world strife and sorrow. As the words of the scrolls consume my mysterious mind, I begin to wake each morning with vitality I've never known before. My vigor will increase, my enthusiasm will rise. Eventually, I'll find myself reacting to all situations which confront me to as commanded in the scrolls to react. Soon these actions and reactions will become easier before any active practice becomes easy. That's a new good habit is born. For when an act becomes easy and constant repetition, it becomes a pleasure to perform. And if it's a pleasure to perform, it's a pleasure to perform it often. When I perform it often, it becomes a habit and it becomes a slave. But since it's a good habit, this is not good. That's a good new habit. It's formed. It's born. For when an act becomes easy to constant repetition, it becomes a pleasure to perform. If it's a pleasure to perform, it's meant to perform often. Today I begin a new life. And I make a solemn oath to myself that nothing will retard my new life's growth. I will lose not a day from these readings, for that day cannot be retrieved, nor can I substitute it for another. I must not, will not break this habit of daily reading from these scrolls. And in truth, the few moments spent each day on the new habit are but a small price to pay for the happiness and success that will be happy. I make a solemn oath to myself that nothing will retard my new life's growth. Not a day. As I read and reread the words in the scrolls to fall, never will allow the brevity of the scroll, nor the simplicity of its words to cause me to treat this scroll as like thousands of grapes are pressed to fill one jar of wine. Grapes give a public toss of words. So the grapes are wisdom of the ages. Much has been filtered and tossed in them. The pure truth lies is still to come. Drink as destructive this will not drop. The seed of success I will swallow. I will drink as destructive this will not drop, and the seed of success I will swallow. I will drink its destruction, this will not drop, and the seed of success I will swallow. Today my old skin has become as dust. I will walk tall among men, and they will know me not. For today I'm a new man with a new life. Today my old skin has become as dust. I will walk tall among men, and they will know me not. Today I will be a new man with a new life. Today my old skin has become as dust. I will walk tall among men, and they will know me not. For today, I'm a new man with a new life. Amazing. Thank you, I'm happy. Thank you. May all people be happy. May we all feel happiness. May we all create. May we all create the happy, peaceful lives that we deserve to live.